Hello, automators. Today we continue our Go High Level plus N8N series for episode 2, connecting the website. Today we're going to look at how to connect the website to the domain that we just added to our Go High Level account. If you're interested in learning more about Go High Level, N8N, AI, and other tools that will help you build or grow your current business, we focus on real tools. There's a lot of really cool automations out there that do a lot of really cool things that are not business minded. And this series, along with others, is to help you look at how you build Go High Level, how you use N8N, how you use AI. And we're going to do every bit of it right here, live, continuing. And if you become a community member and you need Go High Level, we do provide a free Go High Level account. And I will also even give you a N8N practice account. So all the tools you need are available with our community. And if you already have those or you just want to learn on YouTube, we got you. Let's get started. The first thing we need to do is get into our Go High Level account. And notice here we are in our Go High Level plus N8N account. And it is empty. The only thing we've done in our last episode is we connected the domain name and verified it, and then also added the email to that as well. Let's get started. Come down here to sites, wherever you're at, just come to sites, and you have a whole series of options. Over the course of this series, we're going to try to do every one of those, but we're going to start with the fundamentals, a website. So we're going to click on website and say new website. Now, if you already have a website designed or you really like website design, you can go start from blank. I'm going to go from the templates. I recommend most people to do that just so you don't have to spend as much time and energy. And the goal here is to really get up and moving and then start seeing profit. There's a really great book called Profit First. I love the methodology. We want to make some money before we spend some money. So we're going to go ahead and try to keep all of our costs as low as possible. And even though I'm a senior software engineer for over 3 decades, I build websites all the time. I am not a designer, so this is where we're going. All right, so we're going to start here, and you have a lot of options. You can see fashion, beauty, automotive, all of that. I'm going to go to marketing agency, and I looked a bit earlier to find one I kind of liked because that's a process, and I decided to go with this agency landing template. You can go with whichever one you want. If you're curious what it looks like, just click preview. And so you can see the structure of how it's laid out. And so Go High Level plus N8N, of course, this is a YouTube series, and we're going to be using that as our fake company. I figure it's kind of an agency, some kind of services oriented, so that's what we're going to go with. One of the really nice things here, too, is you can look at mobile and tablet and mobile views as well, so you can see it's nicely optimized. I'm going to choose the template, let it build for a second, and we're going to go make a couple of changes. We're going to look at the high level here, no pun intended, and we're going to look at what's most important to get fixed first. I'll set you loose on the creativity side of it. We're going to look at the high level of high level in order to get up and running as quick as possible, and how you can make some of these changes using AI to help you along if this is not your strong suit. All right, so we're going to briefly run through how this works. There are a ton of really good videos on YouTube from master designers with Go High Level that can walk you through every single piece. So we're just going to hit the highlights, and we're going to kind of kick our way through the door sometimes to figure out what we need. Now, our layers, for instance, this gives us the layers. So here we have a web page, and we also have a pop-up that's associated with this page. If we take a look at that pop-up, for instance, this is a pop-up here, right? So lots of information, probably far more than we want. Shipping your order, so we'll want to change that. That'll give us a great opportunity. Also, the page itself. We have pages, and here are all the pages associated with this. Apparently, I chose one with only one page. Some of them will have 6, 7, 8, 10 different pages in here, and you can click on that one to edit. All right, we have tracking code. This is for your like GA4, Humblelytics, whoever you're using for tracking, Facebook. There's a lot of different options. That is what we will do here, and we're going to do that later on in the series. Let's see here. Custom CSS, great. We can apply custom rules if we want. Topography, this is our type and things like that. Background, pop-up settings. So this is our different pop-ups. So this is our current one. We could create a new one if we want. We're going to experiment with that. SEO metadata, very important. We're going to have AI help us with that. Preview custom codes. Okay, so custom codes, I assume this is related to custom JavaScript and such. And then cookie consent. Oh, that's a cookie. I thought it was an art palette. So cookie consent, of course, for saving information. This is important as well. All right, so we have this basic site. What we're going to do is we're going to find a place here. Purple is column. And if we go outside of that just a little bit, we have this main header, which is our global. Global just means it's available everywhere. And one change there changes everything related to that. So if I got rid of home here, it would change it everywhere if we had a need of navigation in other places, right? And the way it works is kind of cascading. So you start with the outside, the outermost, and then each refinement has different rules. So we have green here. And if we move our mouse down, now we have this first column. These are our columns. And if we move in again, we have orange, which is a headline or some kind of text. If we come down here, this is also orange. So these two are in this purple one. And if we come over to this purple, we have an image inside of it. And so all of them are built in these interior cascading kind of, or Russian nesting doll kind of structure. And you click on one. Depending on what it is, it will either show up on the right side or the left side. So this showed up over here, and we can see this is a headline. It's a headline font. We could change that if we wanted to, if we want to adjust the font size. Notice, okay, now it's small. If we go over here, it's very big. I think it was somewhere around in this range. Come right here and just type in a number. So that's how you can manipulate these. Font weight, if you want to change the weight. A lot of this is going to come to just kind of playing around with it and feeling comfortable. And just reading what's on here. I highly recommend you just spend a little bit of time and do stuff. There's also styles. So this is your content right here. Okay. And so padding and then margin. So padding, if we change this padding, watch what happens. Notice the box changes inside of the orange. So we get this space inside of the orange. If we go back to 0, there's none. And that's what padding. Padding is inside of the orange box, where margin, on the other hand, is outside of there between the orange and the light purple. Okay, so watch this. So now you see the distance change here. And so you can adjust that kind of aesthetically. Software engineers and designers work by sight a lot. So, you may just want to test and see what you like. A better example of that one may be right here. So if we come back over here, notice our margin, which is in between these two here. So if we click on this one, has 0. And if I expand that, we're going to get a bigger distance between the paragraph. You see that? So again, play around with it. There's a ton of really good videos, and I am nowhere qualified to meet that. But we do need to fix that real quick. So let's see here. That's -50. Let's go with 0. And there we go. So what I'm going to do, just so that we know we've published this, is I'm just going to transform your business with awesome. I'm going to change this word to awesome. Now, notice you can come right into here and change it. Right, so I'm going to change this and say awesome. All right, so we have been working on our website, but we want to go ahead and get it connected so that we know that things are working. That's going to be our first step. We're going to come right up here, and this is our website right now. So if we save this, little yellow dot means save, and we're going to come back and do all of these here in a moment. Okay, so notice this is appaiautomation.com. Well, that's the name of my Go High Level domain, all right? And this is a preview, but we want to connect our domain. So we're just going to click connect. And notice right here, the domain that we added in the last video is available. And then we say save. Now, this is @/home. And we can change that. But right now, if we publish this, we'll let that publish. And we go to this domain. And here it is. We are live. And transform your business with awesome marketing solutions. This is on the cloud. You could go to it right now. GHL plus N8N.com/home. And you would see it. We're going to make some changes on it, but it's live. And so this is going to be where we start to build everything out, funnels and forms and all kinds of really cool stuff. That's going to be the location. We are here and we are at this address. Now we want to take a look at a couple of different options. One of those options, what we need to do to start filling in the content. If we come back over here to our page, so we have the entire page, go to Chat GPT. We're going to grab our domain. Okay, we're going to say review the site at and be critical of the SEO, design, copy, and overall structure to help me improve it. I have a software and training company, and this is for Go High Level and N8N instruction and use. Now we're going to just enlist the free GPT. Notice I'm on free. We asked it to be critical. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to help us start filling out in the gaps. Clear headlines like this, but opportunities for improvement, missing key terminology. The recommendation, optimize the title and meta descriptions to something like this. Incorporate keywords. Design hierarchy. So we're going to go through this and we're going to look at these different options. But I am a firm believer in that you need to do the SEO right at the very first day, because not that the odds are for you getting found by Google, but just in case they are, you want to have the basics. So we're going to do a couple of these right now. Okay, so let's go with its recommendation. All right, we're just going to copy this. We're going to run back over here. And we're going to go to, where is it at? It's over here somewhere. There it is. So the little page. We're going to fill these out. So this is what our preview looks like. It's generic right now. So content. Page has a title. Okay, so let's change our title just a little bit. Now we have 3 green stars, and notice this is improving. And I'm just going to say, I'm going to remove your, I like that better. Business automation experts. Great. Now we need a description. So let's run back over here and say, can you give me a SEO description? And so now this one is long. It's under 160. Okay, so this might be right about there. So let's copy that. Okay, so let's see. It says it's not under 155. Okay, so we'll say reduce to less than 155 characters. All right, so Master Go High Level N8N. Beautiful. Okay, I love that. We're going to come back over here. And notice it's really trying to help you. Okay, so keywords. All right, now let's go back and say, generate me a list of comma separated keywords. And you're going to do this pattern for all the different pieces. All right, so we have a whole list of keywords. Long tail keywords, absolutely you should use long tail keywords as well, but we're just going to go with this for now. And we're going to add those. You're going to go through each one of these. Language, English for me, links and tags. If you're not sure what that means, the little I has a description of what it is. So read that. Social image. This is very important. The social image is that image that's going to show when you paste your link, and you want it to be a good one. Now, if we go to one of my favorite sites, Ideogram, they have a free account. I'm on a paid account for Ideogram because I use it. But what they do really well, text. I chose a simple font, and these were the options that it gave me. One of the important things with Ideogram is make sure that you say text, in this case, in a large bright font, and put in double quotes exactly what the text is that you want. So I have these different options. I'm going to choose this one. Normally you can copy and paste, you can do a lot of things, but it's important to download, and I would go with the JPEG 70%. And we're going to come back over here to our social image. Now, normally you would get a better social image, and we're going to do that, but I want to have something available. So I'm going to click right here. I'm going to then go to my Explorer, and I'm going to grab the image and drop it in. And notice that it's going to create it here. And it has to be here. It does optimize it. Notice it's only 160 KB, which is pretty good considering the size of it. And then I can close this, and now I can grab that image. I can just select that, and now we have that social image. I'm going to say update. All right, now that I've saved that SEO information, I can start to come through here and work each one of these things one at a time. Start with a logo. I would go to ideogram again to create a logo. Then I'm going to use whichever AI tool I want, Chat, Claude, and I'm going to start working my way down through each one of these. Notice every one of these works the same. From here, if it's inside of here, this is a subheadline, this is a paragraph, and you're just going to work with each piece, top to bottom. Find you a place. I want to make this, well, right now it's 27, and we'll say this is 87. Changes made. And now if I save and publish, when I go back to my website and I refresh it, 2787. So this is live. I'm ready to continue. I appreciate your time. If you like this series, please like and subscribe. You can leave me comments below if you have questions. And really the goal of this video series, as I've said, is to go through every piece of Go High Level and any and every place that using N8N is the better, more cost-effective option. We're going to look at that as well. And with the goal of, in a very short period of time, we've worked through a whole lot of the tools. I appreciate it. Take care. Happy automating. We'll see you soon.